everybody. Guess who just realized they forgot a name? This roster keeps changing. But I'm Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show.
And you were so proud of yourself.
I was so proud of myself. From the Geeky Puppet Show. Here on
Who'd you forget? You ran past him so quick, it was like watching a rocket take off. Fortunately, whoever you left out probably didn't have time to notice.
This is the Geeky Puppet Show. I'm Puppetine.
We know!
This is X-Men 16.
Thanks for adding us in, though. That was really neat.
Sebring, that's appreciation.
They don't know better.
Before we get into this issue, let's meet our cast and crew. To my side, he's not small green, but he can be mean. It's Eric Breen.
I'm the head of the complaints department.
Bravo.
If you look over there, it's Graf Ickman.
Hey.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We have applause now. I don't know. This is new for me. If you look below, you can see it is Melissa and Amy.
Oh,
I get applause.
Yeah.
Life's
And
awesome.
lastly, it is, but not leastly, it is MK.
Yeah. Yay.
Hi. Thank you.
Puppetine,
now-
you did that so well. Why don't you go and introduce yourself?
Me?
No, Puppetine.
Mr.
I already did twice.
Hey, Puppetine! Yay!
Thank you. I'm a blushing puppet. That means that my my felt is now stuck red. But now it's time for the X-Men, the Supreme Sacrifice. Take us away, sweet Lord.
X-Men, the most mysterious fighting team of all time. The Supreme Sacrifice, in which a life is lost, a battle won. A computer stuck.
They do that.
There may be a better creative team somewhere, but we've never found them.
Hey, Mr. Narrator,
Yes.
who's the story by?
That would be Roy Thomas. Oh, I'm sorry, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Who's doing the layouts today?
That would be Roy Thomas. I mean, Jack Kirby.
Other than Roy Thomas, who's doing the penciling today?
That would be Werner Roth. That is true. That was his. J. Gavin is a nom de plume.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
How about delineation?
What?
That would be darling Dick Ayers.
How about that lettering?
That would be Artie Simek.
He'd have to be in some kind of an art field with that name.
Yeah.
Last ish, we saw the amazing two Professor Xaviers, astral image driven from the Sentinels fortress by a deadly microelectric blast.
Just made it. Another few rounds. Sorry, I was hit so hard, even my inner thoughts are Mickey Mouse now.
Mhm.
And I have been unable to take control of my physical form again.
Oh boy.
My intellectual property are prisoners of the gigantic corporation. The Sentinels within that deadly fortress, while I won helplessly outside on top of all my money. Unable to help them, hardly able to defend myself. But I cannot fail them now. Not when I just acquired them. It is I who organized them. I who inspired them to risk their lives for mankind. For the same human race, which now hates them. All because of Reverend Trask and his Sentinels.
He should have mouse ears on top.
Mhm. Yep.
believe he was doing the right thing. He thought all mutants were menaces, like Spider-Man!
Yes!
He created the Sentinels to destroy us, thinking we were enemies of humanity. He had his Sentinels construct that impregnable fortress. He armed them with deadly new weapons for the purpose of wiping all mutants from the face of the earth. He was too blind, like Alicia.
I did not see that.
Too fanatical to realize that there are both good and bad mutants. To realize that his Sentinels are the real threat to wait. The fortress. It's sinking like a giant elevator. It's completely hidden again. Camouflage. By a deceptive mound of earth. Now my X-Men are completely cut off from any aid I might give them. Oh boy. This means the most dangerous Sentinel of all, the gargantuan Governor mold.
Yes.
Can continue to create more Sentinels until they overrun all of the earth. Unless I can stop him. And I will. If it costs me my very life. Back in the city, there is a fallen Sentinel, Asterisk.
Remember him from X-Men. Tic-tac-toe board 14, question mark, dash Stan.
If I can find out
Thank you.
why he fell, I'll have the key to their defeat.
1, 2, 3. Desperately, that was last night. Desperately, painfully disregarding the agony of his injured body, the crippled mutant tirelessly crawls inch after inch until he reaches
The highway, at last. Now to stop the first passing car so I don't get run over. That's how I become roadkill.
You're taking a look. Your arm is half the lane.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
pixel arm.
that actually makes sense.
A basic telepathic command will do the trick. No normal human can resist Disney marketing. Slow down. Stop 100 yards ahead.
But they're Canadian and no longer.
Seconds later,
Anyway.
Bagora, sure is lucky we saw you. We were looking for a third for a menage a trois.
No time for that. Maybe later. You must drive me to the city.
Which one?
New York City.
New York City.
Oh,
We read the last one. MK.
It's good enough.
MK, wake up. Take this. Obey my telepathic command.
Oh, which guy? The one on the right or the left?
The one fondling his chest.
Do you like the feel of my pecs?
Sure. We'll be glad to. There's something about him. It seems to force us to obey.
That's right.
Kind of strange the way we slowed down in time. Almost like we knew he'd be there.
No consent. Meanwhile, back within the now hidden fortress, we find
MK, you're Iceman too. I don't know if you heard me earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which guy? The guy on?
Iceman. All white, like Zach.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Now, what have they done to us? It's hard to move in here. Like my muscles are made of lead.
But they're made of ice.
You're right. Something is pressing us down, sapping our strength.
I can't even fly to the top.
My wings can hardly flap here, like my lips.
There's only one answer. They found a way to increase the weight of gravity within the globe, and there's no way for us to fight it.
Oh, that was actually Dean. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're carrying it.
But the big question is, where are they taking us now and why?
Finally!
Place the heavy grab globe upon its permanent base. It is done. They shall be safe here until the Governor Mold gives us the order for their final disposal.
You can feel the pain and
No matter how they struggle, there is no way to overcome the irresistible power of increased gravity. This is why we are destined to rule mankind. Our computerized brains can create weapons which no mere human can match.
But inside the seemingly escape-proof prison, the mere humans within are determined that if they must be defeated, they'll go down fighting.
My power blast can shatter almost anything. Why won't they smash that glass?
thung. Confused with the thing.
Yes.
For long, anguished minutes, the dedicated deputy leader unleashes his awesome power until at last.
It's no use. I failed like Johnny Storm. The wall isn't glass, but some new impregnable substance. Yet, perhaps the others, by use of their mutant power, may do better.
Easy, Gene. Even if you can levitate yourself, there's no place to go. The top of this double-sized milk bottle is all sealed up.
I know, Bobby, but I've got to keep trying. We can't just sit idly by and wait for the end. We must. Ugh.
Uh-oh. I was afraid that would happen. The professor always warned you about overtaxing your telekinetic power.
But if we don't break out, we're all doomed.
Not if I could help it. I'm going to build my own kind of ice battering ram.
I always felt superior to the others because I could fly and of how I say cha-cha. But now I realize how useless, like Johnny Storm, my wings can be at times.
Good idea, Bobby. It's the one thing that may do it. He believed me.
Keep him straight.
There. The more ice I add to the bar, the more pressure it exerts against the walls.
Keep it up, partner. The Sentinels are so confident that we're trapped. They're not even paying any attention. Don't stop now.
Don't stop believing.
Each chunk of ice I add makes me that much weaker. But I gotta keep doing it. It's all up to me. This is my chance to prove that I may be the youngest X-Man, but I can still pull my own weight on the team.
Yet, try as he may.
It didn't work. The ice bar shattered instead of the wall. I failed you. It was all up to me, and I conked out.
Don't ever say that again, boy. You did all any man could do. You tried your best.
You called me a man for the first time.
It was a slip of you're as much a man as any of us, Bobby. Never forget it.
And we'll forget it by the next panel.
Gene, don't make him forget it.
Now listen, all of you. We can't shatter that wall, and we'll just drain our strength by trying. So we'll make no more attempts. Our best bet is to take it easy, conserve our power, and wait for the first opening. They've got to open this thing in order to get at us, and that's when we'll strike.
At that moment, in another chamber of the vast fortress, the awesome Governor Mold concludes his examination of the unconscious beast.
I need learn no more about him. I realize now that the X-Men do not possess the power to harm us.
Hey.
It's a
Wait.
bird.
What do you plan to do with them? We shall be imprisoned with the other captive mutants as the Master Mold, otherwise known as Governor Mold, has commanded.
I like the one that's in 3D in the corner.
I know, right? Very fancy.
Then at my pleasure, they will all be destroyed, for that is the purpose you yourselves have programmed into our computerized brain.
That's right, they're all going to Publix.
No, I was wrong. I realize that now. They aren't menaces to mankind. It's you who are. They mustn't be harmed. Silence, though. You created us. You are merely a human. You too must obey. While I have the power, it is you who have the knowledge to create a vast army of Sentinels for me, and you shall do so. No, it would mean betraying my fellow men. You and your Sentinels would enslave all of Earth. You have no choice. Have you forgotten my power? If so simple, it's so to behold this simple demonstration is easy for me to say. You're a disintegrator being. Don't do it. Don't.
Pixel, do you have one of those?
No.
In your pixel finger?
No. I just have freakishly long fingers.
Do not
You
fear,
need a disintegrator beam.
as we all do.
I'll look for it in the next upgrade.
Do not fear. You shall not be harmed as yet. It is the nearest city,
What city?
New York City.
New York City.
Who said that? That will be wiped out as easily as I erase yonder machine. I am from the South.
Why, it's Beauregard, the Sentinel of the Deep South.
And I did it. I gave you that ray. I cannot allow an entire city to suffer such a fate. I'll create your army of Sentinels. After all, where there's life, there's hope. We may still find a way to destroy the Governor Mold. For with him gone, the Sentinels would be leaderless. The threat would be ended if only the X-Men were still free. If only I'd listen to them.
Meanwhile, back at the TV studio where the first Sentinel collapsed for no apparent reason, he is surrounded by the Irish cops. But Gora, I don't get it. Trask built these bozos to fight the X-Men, but then they captured Trask himself.
Oh my God, Trask was a fool. No man has a right to take the law into his own hands.
Saints preserve me. If only we knew where they took him and how many other Sentinels there are. I think Britt Reed runs one of them. But they might strike again any time.
Perhaps I can help you, Inspector.
But Gora, it's Professor Connery Mouse. You're the one who was debating with Trask on the telly. You claimed mutants were not dangerous to mankind, or Cactus Jack, or even Dude Love.
Yeah.
Come on in, mister. Let's have some whiskey and talk about it. What do you know about this Sentinel here? How dangerous is he?
He's more dangerous than you can imagine, unless we learn the reason that he collapsed.
You're not gonna learn anything by just sitting and staring at him, are you?
He cannot suspect that I'm actually probing deep within the figure before me. By means of sheer mental energy, of course.
I sure wish I were 3R right now. Oh, did I say that out loud?
He's built like a gigantic TV set. He will not receive a picture properly if there is interference. Something has interfered with him. If only I could learn what that something is. Oh boy.
Look, mister, I can answer that. We're trying to stop the cable companies from coming in and taking over. I was willing to give you a chance. But if you just want to catch up on trying to bring cable to this burg, gonna go do it somewhere else, huh?
I sent something at last from outside the window. If I can just mentally pinpoint it, we'll have the answer. Do not speak, Inspector! Give me just 1 more minute.
Don't be telling me what to do, you bald bastard.
A streaming service. Disney Plus.
Sure, and you can bundle them with ESPN Plus and shove them both up your arse.
With Hulu.
You know what you're pointing at the new Crystal Products building for? What's that got to do with anything?
The giant crystal. Unlike the inhuman crystal.
Don't
It
say it.
guards the tower. That's it. When the Sentinel stood before the window, his transmission beam was broken by Crystal's interference.
You didn't use the building's proper pronouns.
Uh-huh.
And if we moved him again, maybe the reception would be a little better if we turned his antenna a little to the right. He'd come to life once he was away from the window.
Exactly! But it would be too dangerous to try. I have a better idea. We must destroy the source of his transmission beams. And at last, I know how to do it. Hot dog!
Sure, and you peeked at the next page, did you, laddie? But we know how anxious you are to rejoin the X-Men once again. And so...
Place the helpless one with the other prisoners until the master mold orders their disposal. I obey, section leader.
I'm so disappointed.
Open the globe. I have another prisoner to be deposited within.
Look, it's the beast.
They're gonna put him in here with us.
That means they'll have to open the globe. Ha-cha-cha!
This is what we've been waiting for. Remember our battle plan. We are in the proper defensive posture. Then let the globe be opened.
They're taking no chances. They're ringed all around us like a rosy. Their lethal chest rays are all aimed right at us.
I apologize to those who don't like coarse language. Where the fuck is 4K?
Sick.
No matter what, we must carry out our plan.
It's not like I have a choice. I'm contractually obligated.
The gravity is getting lighter, more normal. Get ready.
The opening is beginning to form.
We've got to be doubly careful not to injure the beast.
If we fail, nothing will matter.
Personal note, for those of you who might want to make your own heavy gravity globe, we'll just tip you off that the opening is formed by repelling the atomic particles within the globule structure. There. Now the rest will be easy.
Say the word, Sick. We're all set.
If we wait too long, we'll miss our chance.
They're starting to lift Hank off that stretcher.
Just another 2 seconds, 1,002, till they're in the right position now.
moving with blinding speed. Cyclops blasts his power beam at the Sentinel carrying Hank McCoy.
It worked. He dropped the beast. Let's go.
Racing to prevent the X-Men's escape, the other Sentinels trip and fall over their stricken comrade.
The timing was perfect. They're getting all tangled up. I'll leap out first to make them direct their chest rays at me. It'll give Jean and the others a better chance. Whew. Lucky for me, they're so slow moving. But what's keeping the others?
Warren, they're trying to close the opening again. It's only big enough for one of us to slip through, one at a time. Hank and Bobby will never make it.
Don't worry, Jeannie. We're not deserting them. You'll see.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not sealing my pards in the globe again. Stop him.
Stop him.
But how can you stop the unstoppable?
Scrack! 3 kisses.
There
you
That's one control panel you can kiss goodbye.
I don't want to kiss it.
That Sentinel's... I guess it's early first.
Yeah.
That Sentinel's coming towards me. I can't evade him.
Just what I'd hoped you'd do. By swinging at me and missing, you shattered a whole wall full of weapons. You utter morons. Ha-cha-cha.
If I can just use my telekinetic powers against him to force him back. I slowed him down. Now just a little more. His body's too heavy for me, but by concentrating on his arms, I can force them back further. They're making him topple.
I don't know who's saying that.
Hey, Jeannie? Would that be Scott or
Sounds like
Angel? Angel?
Hey, Jeannie needs some help. Let's move.
Too late! I downed him myself!
Haha, you sure did, honey. But we'll make sure he stays down.
Oh, he got out. Cool.
I'm way ahead of you, Fly Guy.
Whee!
You made it too slippery for him to stand, Bobby.
I've got Hank. Now let's go. Every second counts. We've got to destroy the governor mold.
To be able to soar again through the sky.
But directly behind the speeding mutants, a new detachment of Sentinels appear. Ben
Name
Grimm, emotionless, powerful, pixel finger pointed already.
They must not escape. Prepare stun rays. Aim stun rays. And now at my command.
stun rays.
Fire stun rays.
They're stunned.
They're stunned.
They are beaten. And it shall be for the last time. Too long have they defied us, fought us. Now they must be slain. Prepare destructo beams.
But no sooner are those fateful words uttered than the entire body of Sentinels suddenly sags to the floor and lies still. It must be coffee break time.
I think so.
And at that moment, flying high overhead, we see... Who's this?
Helicopter pilot, I guess?
Is he Irish?
Probably.
probably.
He's got a police hat.
You take the first one and Melissa can take the second.
But Gora, if Xavier's theory is correct, this giant crystal, which we took from the tower of the building, will cause all of the Sentinels in the fortress below to collapse and be rendered harmless.
That was in record time, too.
What's the big order? But how do we know we're not just wasting our time? All I see below is a patch of empty countryside.
You may rest well assured, gentlemen, the fortress is hidden beneath the site below. Continue to maintain your present flying speed. It is vital that we make a steady, complete sweep of the area to blink out every Sentinel below.
Saints preserve us. We all thought that guy was off his rocker. But now it just feels like he's acquired me. Not to use me in any particular movie or TV show, just for the sake of acquisition. The word from Washington itself is to do whatever he said. I wonder what makes him such a VIP. Me, I never heard of him. But the Irish police pilot's puzzled musings are soon rudely interrupted by the unexpected sight which suddenly greets his eyes below. Oh, look, Madman in a Box must be on.
Yeah.
Look, there's some kind of fortress down there. It's popping up out of nowhere, and there's a weapon of some sort being trained upon us. It's creating a deadly turbulence in the air. If we hit it, we'll crash. Then we've got to go back. No, we'll be going.
No! Continue to fly. There will be no danger.
All Professor Xavier say so. The courageous Irish officers fly directly towards the awesome whirlwinds. But as they do so, the enormous crystal does its work well. As the gleaming object passes above, those operating the weapon crumple helplessly, causing the turbulence to fade away.
I'm tired.
Thus, when the X-Men regain consciousness once again, they find...
Look! The Sentinels, they've been knocked out.
I'm not complaining, but how did it happen?
1 minute we were racing to the governor mold, and then this.
From the evidence at hand, I would deduce that Professor X has finally found their Achilles heel.
Hank, you come to again. How wonderful.
How gratifying to know I've been missed.
Let's knock off the talk till later. We've still got a job to do.
Oh, you're right, Sick. As long as the governor mold exists, the Sentinels will never be defeated. So let's go get 'em. Ha-cha-cha!
Lead on, McDuff. We're right behind you.
They won't stop us now.
Warren, be careful. He must have all sorts of defensive devices prepared for just an attack. Oh, my goodness.
That's the best you've ever sounded, Gene. And I can speak to the other Jean Grey voice.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? Isn't that the best she's ever sounded?
I'm a delicate flower.
The way he barks orders, I just assumed that was him.
I know, right? It looks like it. Warren, be careful. He must have all sorts of defensive devices prepared for just such an attack.
Gene's right. I couldn't have said it better myself, Angel.
Except you did.
Slow down. We don't know what's ahead of us.
I guess he could have said, Scott's right. We don't know it.
Then, as if to add emphasis to the X-Men's words, the lights suddenly flicker out, plunging the entire tri-state area into darkness.
With my Darkinator! Can't see where I'm flying. Gonna crash into
Listen
is
to
it?
that hum. Yeah, go ahead.
What is it? What can it be?
Listen to that hum. It's a tremendous surge of power. Something is draining all the current, blowing all the fuses.
I have nothing to say about that.
It's some sort of incredibly powerful machine. I can feel its tremendous energy with my feet, right through the floor.
And the bookwormish beast is right. For just a short distance away, we see.
I have given you all the power you will require. Now let the process begin. This night shall mark the end of man's domination of the planet Earth. Create my Sentinels. I shall observe your every move. Heaven help me, I don't want to do it, but I must. Otherwise, a city
What
similar
city?
to New York
Similar to New York City.
it will be destroyed. First, there shall be 8 new Sentinels, then 8 more,
No, it is
then
not.
8 more. I like 8. 8 each new group appearing faster and faster until their number amounts so quickly that they will become virtually uncountable unless you count by 8s. Begin.
8, 16,
It's
24.
starting to work. The synthoparticles from the governor mold are flowing into the cubicles, solidifying into solid matter.
That's a thing.
It is now.
Once the process is started, there'll be no stopping it. If enough energy is built up, the machine could run forever. They'll eventually outnumber the human race. They'll enslave all of mankind. They'll be the governors of Earth. And all because of me. In my ignorance, my fear, I created an evil far greater than the menace it was built to destroy.
Far more of a menace than Spider-Man!
Yes.
The first units are taking shape now. Then they'll leave the cubicles, and the next batch of 8 will be formed. And all will be obedient to the heartless governor mold. So long as men endure upon the planet, mine will be the most hated name of all, for it was I who betrayed the human race.
Reverend Trask.
No, I won't do it. I can't. I meant to help mankind, to protect it from the mutants. I can't destroy it now. Stop. You cannot defy me. Have you forgotten the penalty? No, I've just remembered that my own life means nothing. I'll sacrifice it gladly to undo the dread thing I've done. The ionic power source. If that shatter that, you'll destroy everything. Even I cannot survive.
Clang.
Clang, clang with the trolley.
It was I who created you. It must be my hand that destroys you. Along with every other vestige of my work. Along with my own life. Oh. We're too late. The Master Mold will never menace humanity again. Someone's done our job for us.
Reverend Trask! Wasn't he in there?
If he was, he's beyond any help now. Heads up, group. We'd better vacate these premises before we're inundated by... Bobby, what's wrong?
The heat. Didn't realize it would weaken me so. Blacking out. Can't stand it.
It's imperative that I carry him out, but he's too slippery to hold in my hands.
They'll have to hold him by his boot.
Really?
However, there's more than one way to skin a cat, or transport an Iceman.
All of you, let's go. The place is collapsing.
Whew. You didn't have to resort to such drastic devices to prove your point, Scotty.
Thack.
But then, everything seems to happen at once. Each explosion causes a bigger explosion. Each fire starts a bigger fire. As the desperate X-Men become even more desperate, suddenly realize they're surrounded by impending doom, and then a greater doom.
Oh my goodness, we're trapped and more trapped. The
Yes.
entire fortress is caving in and falling. And if flames don't get us, the cave-in will.
Genie, stop! There's a wall of bigger fire directly ahead of you.
I know, look to the left.
It's
Running and-
bigger.
Running in panic won't help. We've got to work as a team. Me first.
As the A team, I want to be Mr. T.
He's kind of T-shaped. Cyclops is right. Angel, you can fly. What? Is it not?
Right?
Let her say it.
Okay.
Angel, you can fly over the flames while I use my telekinesis to levitate Scott over them. Wait, how will I get over?
Never learned.
Oh,
That's
Well,
not.
No, then you'll be trapped because the fire will be bigger.
I'm eating more fire.
I'll wait here and carry you over as soon as it's clear.
Let's go to that point where I'm safely. Never mind. Angel's right. It's the only way. Hurry, Gene. We've got to rejoin Hank and Bobby. That's it. But be careful. Don't strain yourself.
Yeet him across, Gene. He'll be fine.
just not in the fire. Okay, even with his own life at stake, he worries about me. Is it any wonder I feel about him as I do?
Isn't that sweet?
He's safe. We did it. Angel, careful. The flames, they're still getting bigger somehow. If you flap your wings, they'll catch on fire.
Yes.
Don't move. I'll help you glide over telekinetically. There, we're doing it. Push the fire down.
Lighting on air. Ha cha cha. Thanks, gal. That was mighty close. But now that we're here, where the hell are we?
We're no safer, no better off. But at least we're together, and I don't want to die alone. Gene, see if you can probe the wall for any hidden escape lock devices.
I'll try, Scott. There's something here. I can feel the tumblers. I've never used my kinetic power through a wall before, but if it can be done... Wait, I hear them moving. I'm getting it. That's it. It's open. We can try to make our way out now.
And as Gene scrolls down Tumblr looking for the next batch of Marvel artists, outside the now flaming ice fortress, we find Professor, say what gives with that guy. He hasn't said a word to anyone for the past 5 minutes.
Relax, Charlie. Any guy who could figure out a way to stop those Sentinels just by flying over him with a nutty sparkler, he can be as quiet as he wants to.
But not a man among them. I don't know why that was important. Can suspect the true reason for the silence of Charles Xavier, as the most powerful mutant brain on Earth desperately probes among the carnage seeking to contact the X-Men below.
With all the explosions, all of the confusion, I couldn't reach them. But now, I've located them at last. I'll stay with them mentally to guide them to safety.
Don't bother Xavier, boys. He likes Gene. If he wants to sit here sightseeing, that's his business. But look, someone's coming out to one of those openings.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where? I don't see anything.
That's funny. Now I don't either. Oh my God, to crash into the rocks.
No, don't do that.
Naturally, for I have erased the image from both of their minds. No need to let them know that my X-Men were involved. I will reveal them when I want to in phase 6.
So far, so good. But we still have to get off of this cliff. Give me your hand, Sick.
Wait, what about Gene? He can't carry us both.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll levitate myself down.
Good. Get me out of here, Warren.
Has it ever occurred to you that what splendid firemen we'd make? We'd be the pride of the Hook and Ladder Brigade.
Not you, Gabby. They'd never find boats big enough for those tugboat tootsies of yours. Ha-cha-cha.
That, Mr. Worthington, was the unkindest cut of all. Uh-oh. The entire cliff is beginning to quiver. It's fortunate Bobby thawed out a bit. Now I can carry him securely in one hand. It's much better for my bestial image this way.
Hank, look out! The cliff wall is buckling. Hold on.
I'd be delighted to oblige, Scotty. Except for one thing. There seems to be precious little to hold on to at the moment. If any stalwarts would care to offer to come to our assistance, there's no need for reticence. In other words, help!
Hang on, Hank. Now that Scott's safe, I can relieve you of Iceman. Get moving, partner. You haven't much time.
I'm painfully aware of that nerve-wracking fact, my friend.
Your what?
My and friend.
Very good.
And then, without the added burden of his young partner in his arms, Hank McCoy can now concentrate on what is really important. Warren. Sorry. Demonstrates the unbelievable agility and balance which have earned him the name, the Beast.
After all those grueling sessions in the professor's danger room, this is almost child's play now. So long as there's a foothold or a toehold anywhere, my chances for survival become virtually incalculable. In a good way.
Yep.
Good incalculable. Salutations from your bestial buddy, comrades at arms. I trust I didn't delay you too long.
I think it's probably Iceman now. It's probably conscious now. Or...
Iceman.
Okay.
Wow, are you kidding, Hank? The angel himself just landed a second ago.
Beast, all of you, don't stop. Get away from the cliff.
Boy, the professor's mental warning didn't come a second too soon.
That's the end of the Sentinels and the governor mold. Mankind can breathe easy once more.
Whoa, I wonder if we'll ever know what caused those explosions. The explosions which saved humanity and kept getting bigger.
Perhaps the truth will one day be known, but until that time, it lies buried beneath countless tons of rubble, buried in the breast of Dr. Reverend Bolivar Trask, whose last earthly sacrifice brought the work of a lifetime crashing down about him, whose last earthly lesson proved to be, beware the fanatic. Too often his cure is deadlier by far than the evil he denounces. But no victory is ever truly complete, even now, as the weary X-Men prepare to return to their headquarters building. None can suspect the shadow of menace that awaits them. The most unexpected menace of all, as we
Spider-Man!
yes, as we shall see next issue. Enough said. The end.
We want to thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed. We ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. We'll be going live in about 14 minutes with the champions. Don't miss it. See you there. Have a good night and a hot cha-cha.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.